Thousands of tourists come here every day, but some leave delighted, while others are convinced they wasted their money. So is this hotel worth visiting? Let's find out. Welcome to Moreno Horizon Resort and Spa. If you are choosing an affordable hotel to warm up under the Egyptian sun, you have probably noticed the 4-star all-inclusive hotel Moreno Horizon in Hurghada. It looks like a beautiful garden in the middle of the desert. Here you can expect a nice beach, good Egyptian cuisine, and plenty of entertainment. However, I will say right away that not everything is as great as you might think, so make sure to watch this video until the end. The hotel's rating on Google is 3.8, and on TripAdvisor, it is exactly 4.0. Even such a popular hotel has its drawbacks that can significantly influence your decision. Let's take a closer look at all the pros and cons so you can make the right choice. But before we start, I would like to ask you to subscribe to our channel and support this video with likes and comments. Thank you. At first glance, the beach at Moreno Horizon Resort seemed like a paradise to me. Soft light sand, clear turquoise water, and the hot Egyptian sun. However, I never truly managed to relax here. Let me start with the positives. The beach itself is clean. The sand is smoothed out every day. There is no trash in sight, and the water near the shore is warm and very clear. Swimming is allowed in a fenced area. It is not very large, but it feels safe. You can enter the water from two sides of the pier, although the seabed is different on each side. On one side there is a gently sloping sandy bottom, and on the other there are stones and an immediate drop into deeper water. Now about the downsides. We quickly realized that if you did not occupy sunbeds almost at sunrise, you would end up sitting on towels in the sand. By 7 in the morning, almost all sunbeds were already taken, and the first row by the sea was claimed even earlier, so every morning began with an early wake-up and a trip to the beach to reserve spots. The sunbeds themselves are old and worn out. In 10 days I found only a couple that were truly comfortable. Beach towels were provided only with cards. Unfortunately, I was far from impressed with the level of comfort on this beach. Maybe the hotel grounds would impress me more? My first impression of the territory of Moreno Horizon Resort and Spa was mixed. From the outside, everything looks quite nice. Palm trees, flowering bushes, neat pathways. But in the lobby, we were greeted by a not-so-pleasant sight. The floor at the entrance was sticky and dirty. The glass doors were covered in smudges, and there was chaos around the reception desk. As it turned out, check-in is strictly by schedule. Despite our early arrival, we received our bracelets only closer to 10 in the morning. Until that time, we could neither eat nor even get beach towels. We were offered either to pay $6 per person for breakfast or wait for the main restaurant to open. Honestly, after a night flight, this was extremely unpleasant. The territory is fairly compact, with a large main pool in the center surrounded by sunbeds, a bar and music playing. Closer to the beach, there is a second pool next to several water slides for children. Both pools are clean and convenient. However, there is no heating, so in cooler weather the water is quite cold. I also did not like that there were too many guests for such a small area, and I often felt like leaving the hotel. Fortunately, the hotel has a good location, and there are places nearby to walk around. Now let's head to the main restaurant to see what they serve here. The food at the hotel left me with very mixed feelings. On the one hand, the buffet selection is large. Meat, chicken, fish, side dishes, salads, and much more. During the first days, we never left hungry and could always find something tasty. But by the third or fourth day, I began to notice that the menu was repeating itself. Many dishes were exactly the same every evening, with only a couple of items changed. By the end of our 10-day stay, the menu had become quite boring. The quality of the food was not always consistent. Another downside was the limited variety of fruit. For 10 days, we were offered only melon, apples, and bananas every single day. We bought mangoes ourselves in the city, as the fruit selection at the hotel was disappointing. On the positive side, the pastries were always fresh, and the desserts were delicious. My children filled their plates with croissants and donuts every breakfast. And after lunch, let's move on to the room. Our first room honestly shocked us. Instead of proper family accommodation, we received a dark, small room on the first floor without a balcony and with a view of a wall. The furniture was old and worn, the mattresses were sagging, and the interior looked like it was stuck in the 90s. The bathroom was in terrible condition. Dirty floor, rusty plumbing, unpleasant smell, and traces left by previous guests. At the reception, we were refused relocation due to the lack of available rooms, and we had to fight for a change. Only the next day, after paying an additional $50, were we given another room. The new room was on the 5th floor, brighter and with a balcony overlooking the pool, but still without much comfort. The furniture was simpler, but at least intact. The air conditioner was noisy, but cooled well. After the move, housekeeping became regular and of good quality, and the cleaner was very diligent and attentive. However, the bathroom issues did not disappear. The shower leaked, and we had to wipe up the water with towels. In the end, I was completely dissatisfied with the rooms. Now I suggest we talk about the hotel staff, and believe me, there is something to discuss. The service and staff at Moreno Horizon Resort and Spa were a real disappointment. At the reception, the employees spoiled our impression from the very beginning. Instead of a warm welcome, I saw only cold and irritated faces. Any request was met with a heavy look, as if I were disturbing or distracting them. When I came to complain about the dirty room, the administrator was practically rude and made it clear that I was an annoying client and had to wait for the official relocation time. Friendliness at the reception was completely absent. Overall, I had the feeling that without extra payment, many employees were not willing to move at all. It felt like an unspoken rule. If you want good treatment, reward the staff with tips. So I hardly saw polite and prompt service. Now let's move on to the entertainment, although I doubt it could save the situation. During the day and in the evening, there was constant animation at the hotel, mainly for those who enjoy active holidays. In the morning on the beach, there were workouts, aqua aerobics, and yoga accompanied by loud music, and a couple of times we started our day with energetic exercises in the water. During the day, the animators invited guests to volleyball, darts, and poolside competitions, so there was definitely no boredom. However, for those seeking peace and quiet, it might be difficult. Music plays almost constantly, and staff regularly approach you with offers of excursions and paid services. In the evening, all activities moved closer to the beach, where shows were held on an open stage. The evening programs varied from oriental dances to live music and simple contests. We traveled with 2 children, so we thought in advance about how to keep them entertained. It turned out that there is a small water park for kids. Between the buildings and the beach, there is a separate shallow pool with several water slides. There are only 3 or 4 slides, and they are not very large, more suitable for younger and middle-aged children. There is no heated water, and in the morning the pool is cool, so we let the kids use the slides closer to noon when the sun had warmed the water. In addition to the water park, there is a playground with swings and slides and a small mini-club. One of the advantages is that every evening there was a mini disco for children on the stage by the beach. The Egyptian hotel Moreno Horizon Resort and Spa in Hurghada raised many questions for me and left a mixed impression. The hotel operates on an all-inclusive basis and is quite popular in Hurghada, but personally, I would not recommend it for your vacation, mainly because I was extremely dissatisfied with the staff. This is a case where poor service played a decisive role in my overall evaluation of the hotel. In general, the other aspects, the territory, food, and entertainment were fairly normal, but the terrible rooms and the strange attitude of the staff made the situation worse. I even felt that the employees at Moreno Horizon Resort were simply waiting for tips from us. So unfortunately, I do not recommend Moreno Horizon Resort and Spa in Hurghada for your stay. Friends, the final choice is always yours, and only you can decide whether it is worth flying to this hotel or not. While you are thinking about it, I recommend watching our other videos about different Egyptian hotels. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave your likes and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss our new reviews. And with that, I say goodbye and see you soon at a new hotel.